Tanko Yinusa accuses Tinubu of preparing ground for violence. Wow. I know it's with regard to what he said about grabbing power, fighting for it, taking it by force, and running with it. We watched that video and we saw when Tinubu was talking to APC chieftains and they were hailing him, Jagaban, Jagaban, Jagaban. So reaction now is beginning to trail that meeting and that discussion. So let's see what Tanko Yinusa is saying. Chief spokesperson of Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council, Yinusa Tanko, has indicated that the speech by All Progressive Congress presidential candidate Bola Tinubu on grabbing political power could serve as a recipe for violence in next year's general election. Tinubu spoke of power grabbing in a London restaurant while addressing his supporters in the diaspora. Speaking with reporters in Abuja, Tanko said, "This is coming from a presidential candidate that is too unpresidential. How can a man who wants to govern over 200 million Nigerians use such words? I don't think it is appropriate to go to a civilized clime and start talking about power grabbing in a UK restaurant for that matter. And I very much doubt whether the APC presidential candidate has even bothered to sign the peace accord for the 2023 polls. He didn't sign now. He did not sign. If he has not done it, if he has done it, then his utterance on grabbing power at all costs is uncalled for, because this is capable of making the supporters have that mindset of using violence to get votes. Elections must be conducted in violence-free environment, and Tinubu saying things like this is really unpalatable, barely 3 months to the presidential election. It is saddening to hear one of us, the most experienced politician in Nigeria, talking in this manner, with people clapping and hailing him. Yeah, it is bad. It is absolutely bad. So what Tanko Yinusa, the chief spokesperson for Labour Party, is saying is that somebody like Tinubu, who is one of the presidential candidates, cannot be talking about grabbing power with force and running with it. And not just saying it, he's saying it in an environment that is not even allowed. That is in London, for that matter. In London restaurant, telling his people, and everybody was watching him, telling his people that, political powers are not served in restaurants. All right? What you have to do is what they're doing, which is fight for it, grab it, snatch it, and run with it. Those were his keywords that he used in that discussion. And they were hailing him, hey Jagaban, hey Jagaban, hey Jagaban. You understand? But at his level, that is commanding so much crowd, especially in the western part of Nigeria, he shouldn't say that, because his members and his supporters will take it like you must get this power by force, beat anybody, do anything, and collect the power. Because when the word snatch power, the word grab power, he's taking things by force. It's not taking things by dialogue. All right? He's taking things by force. Snatch, grab, fight. Those are keywords that incites violence, that instigates violence. All right? And those keywords, that's what Tanko Yinusa is saying, that shouldn't be coming from a presidential candidate, another statesman, and one of the most experienced politicians in the country. Because his supporters will take it for a ride, and then they're going to use it to cause violence, especially during election, during campaigns, and during rallies, to make sure that they win it by force or by crook. And that is actually not acceptable coming from somebody like Tinubu, and coming from him, not just in a Nigerian environment, but in an advanced world environment, in a London restaurant, where other Oyibos might be listening, where people are, okay, look at now. He did that in London restaurant with his own people, and the video leaked. And now we have the video in the social media. So what does that tell you? So if he did that with his own people and the video leaked, you can imagine if Oyibos also grabbed that video, or any other person grabbed that video. Of course, everybody has grabbed that video because it's already in social media, right? So Tinubu was not supposed to say that. Tinubu is preparing ground for violence, and that is what Tanko Yinusa, the spokesperson of Labour Party, is saying. You're right, accusing him that he's preparing ground for violence, but not that he's preparing. He has prepared ground for violence. People are going to take it for granted, and it's going to hurt people. Already we saw what happened at Lakwe, where some APC thugs had to beat up the youth leader of Labour Party in Lakwe. Lakwe is a community along Lekki Expressway in Lagos, just after Jasongo-Tedo area. You go down, you get to Lakwe. You understand? They got that man beaten so seriously that they had to hospitalize him, just because he was organizing a neighborhood rally with his own people as a Peter Obi supporters, as Labour Party supporters. They had to wield out planks and woods and all kind of metals and started beating the people. Is that right? Now we have had a situation where the women leader of Labour Party in Kaduna was murdered in cold blood in her house right before her husband and her family. Is that right? Now, I think in Kebbi State now, so another woman leader for Labour Party, her restaurant has been burnt to ashes, everything destroyed, again by political thugs. So how can we continue like this? How can violence continue like this? Now we're also in the era where they are burning INEC offices, burning election materials, burning uncollected PVCs. Another thing now INEC is talking about is having discovered bunch of PVCs uncollected found buried in gutters in Lagos. INEC has released that information now, and they are going to talk more about it. So how can we continue like this? When Labour Party wanted to do rally in Lagos State government wanted to stop them, say because of security reasons. There's no good reason. The judge did not want Labour Party to hold that rally. They had to go to court and to secure a permission for that rally before they did it in Lagos. How can we continue like this? APC in Ebonyi State is using the Bibago to fight Labour Party. How can we continue like this? So this is not right. Now Tinubu had his Atiku. Atiku had the presidential rally in Meduguri in Borno State. APC thugs had to fight his convoy, damage a lot of vehicles. Police came to say nothing happened. Meanwhile, something happened. So how can we continue like this? IGP is saying he's dispatching police and security agencies to go and take care of all the states and warning all the state governors to stop to manage their thugs. That was coming from National Security Advisor Monguno. You understand? How can we continue like this? The security operatives, we don't even know what they're doing. Now, yesterday, the Atiku has come now to caution politicians not to put pressure on the security operatives, especially the army, so that they can do their job of security very well. But that one too, I blame him because he is one of those politicians that are inducing the military and giving them huge money and making them to compromise. So that is the situation we are getting here. Tanko Yinusa is accusing Tinubu for saying that he said in a restaurant he is preparing ground for violence during the elections, 2023, and that has to be controlled. And I tell you, the National Security Advisor, the National Peace Committee, the Inspector General of Police, and the INEC, they've heard all of this. The presidency, who is also ruling under the APC, have also heard it, but they've not reacted. They've not done anything about it. They can't call him to order. And you are telling me that there will be peace. Okay. So that is the situation. Thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.